attach that to the bones?
Sure. So you mean this control?
Yeah, the circle.
Okay, let's just do it again. So I'm going to delete this and let's make it from scratch. So first, let's just select this bone. Then I do this sphere thing. It looks like this. Then I zero it out and I'm just going to name it left hip control. Okay. Color this and space it like this. Okay. And then I select the control and shift click the bone and I go constrain point. Like that. So my bone here is point constraint, you see? If you hover over, it says constraint on the bone. And then I just need to adjust it because it's, it's not visible, right? So I'm gonna press F8, grab it, and move it up and out, kind of like this. We'll scale it a little. And then press F8 and that's it. Like that. All right?
That's weird. It's not
Doing
holding
for
it.
you?
Yeah,
Not constraining it?
Yeah, like
So
I selected both the objects. And then I did the point constraint and it looked like something happened, and then I click on the control itself and I rotate, nothing happens.
no, rotation doesn't work.
Oh.
But translation is supposed to.
Oh, right, because point means move.
Yeah, it's only a translational control. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, it works.
Oh, good, cool. All right, now we can probably move on to the front leg, which is going to be very similar. So it's kind of going to be like a repetition here, but first we make this IK from from this bone to that bone. Is that clear? How to do that? I'll make it again just in case. Skeleton create IK handle, reset settings, and then from here to here. And this is going to be left front IK. All right. Make it blue. There it is. There we have it. It does this. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a foot control. So you can select this IK. We have it selected. Just press the box. It'll make the box here for you. And then you want to make it red and name it left front. What is it? Foot control. Left front foot control. Boom, right? And then you want to shape it as well, so it's nice. So F8, just, I don't know, just maybe go to the side view so it's easier. And then you can just grab those components and move them so they're better, like this. Something like that, maybe. And press F8 again. You can go from the front view as well. And then, from the front view, it's also not cool, right? So might just want to scale it like that. And then here, like even more like this. There you go. Then here we go. Okay. So then this control also needs to be offsetted, so space. And now the same thing as before. Grab the control, grab the IK handle, and then you go constraint point for translation. And then you grab the control and grab the bone. Control and bone. Constraint orient with offset. And that will basically be doing this for me. Okay? Is that clear? You can rotate it and you can move it.
So did you constrain the LK handle first with the
yeah, so
box?
first so the box and the IK. constrain point. Then you click away and then you go box and joint, constrain orient, right? So basically, if you were to look at this, it's like IK is point constraint to the control, and bone is orient constraint to the control, okay? So that allows you to control translation and rotation. Now, if you want to check if it's correct, first of all, like move the control and rotate it and see if it works. That's correct, probably. Click your control only, see if there's any blue channels. If there are, then it's wrong. Click IK, it should be translate blue channels and point constraint. Click this bone, should be orient constraint and rotate blue channels, okay?
Can you click on your control group for a second? I just want to see the rotations.
The control group.
Okay, so okay.
Zero.
Got it.
Zero,
Got it, got it.
yeah. Should be good. So yeah, but basically you just want to make sure that you have a control that you can move and rotate and the foot follows. Okay. So this that. Now the next thing,
sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
I have one question. So for each of the control groups, you zero the rotations of the curve first, and then you make the spacing. Like you do spacing.
Yeah, I do that because those are all IK controllers. And for my IK controllers, I rarely want to have a rotation on them. You know what I mean? It's like all the IK controllers, I kind of want them to be at the same orientation like the world. Whereas if when we start making like FK controllers, like, you know, for the tail, then I will not be zeroing at the rotations because I want them to be kind of orientated. You will see. Like this, right? When I zero the rotation, they're just going to lose that information. But for the IKs, I like it like that. So yeah, because like, you know, you might want to just grab them together and move them like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So same for the, we're going to make a knee one. So the knee also, I'm going to make a locator here. And then again, it snaps to the bone, but I don't want to have the rotation on it, right? So I'm going to zero it out and just move it back. And that's going to be my left knee control, or left front knee control. Red space, and then I just grab this, grab the IK and go constraint pole vector. There you go. So now I'm going to get this again, same like with the back leg, like I can control this knee. Okay. Something like that. So now that we have this, we could build the same system that we built there, just another IK and this knee bend ratio and whatnot, right? But we're going to try something else because maybe it's going to work better for this. So we're going to do something else now. Up to this point, it's exactly the same. So you can save. So we're going to create another IK, but this time we're going to create a different kind of IK. So go to create IK handle. And this time, instead of this default rotate plane, we're going to make a single chain. So what is the single chain? Single chain is basically the kind of IK that allows you to do things like when you have just a single chain, like one joint, you make something like this and then you pull it around, that joint is just going to aim at it, you know? It's for that single aimer situation. And it's pretty good without, it's never really flips. So that's a really powerful one. So I'm going to make it here. Single chain from here to here on this upper part. And also assign like a blue color to it. So like it's different. It's like this. See what I mean? Like it's here. And I can now pull this around. And this is going to be left front upper IK or something.
Can you show that one more time from like where you
Yeah,
is and how?
yeah, sure. So create IK handle, single chain from here to here, from this to this.
Okay.
And then just name it left, front, upper IK. And we can name this other one lower IK because, like, you know, why not, for consistency. And that one I wanted to have a blue color as well, so I can see it better. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. So you can pull this around. And now we need something to pull this around. And like, I don't really know what to make here, but this IK is kind of dirty. It has values and rotations, and I don't trust it. So I'm just going to make a hand like this. Hand, and I'm going to zero out that hand rotation as well. And this hand, I can assign a color to it, and I'm going to name it left auto shoulder system. Name it like that, left auto shoulder system. And it's kind of a control, but it's not really a control because I probably will not show it to animators. It's just an internal thing. So I'm just going to space it as well, like that. There it is. And this is going to be controlling this upper part of this bone system here. So I'm going to select the hand and the IK and go constraint point. And now basically this hand now is allowing me to pull this around like that. Okay. Nothing too special.
Where did you constrain it to?
Select the hand, select the upper IK, constraint point. Hand, upper IK, constraint point. Okay.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I had a question. It's kind of back when you created that locator for the upper. Yeah, how'd you constrain that one?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that one. How did you constrain it?
I select the locator, select this guy, constraint pole vector.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's just the pole vector thing.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yeah, so now we have this thing, right? So what is it for even? Like, that's the question, right? So like, I'm trying to create this automatic shoulder solution. So when I move this around and pull it, especially forward, I want this to move a little bit with it, you know? So now I have this, and they're the same, like I can move them together. But what if this one was moving like 10% of the other one, right? That sounds like it's something that might just do it. So how can I get there? So I can just select those two controllers, the hand and the foot control, and go to my node editor. And then I can clean it again and load those two guys. So I have a foot control and I have this auto shoulder system. And I want their translations to be connected. So I can just grab the translation from the foot control and plug it into the translation of that shoulder system like this. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to get this effect, which they're just moving together. So like it's a super crazy, not really working, right? So what if I could just somehow reduce how much that hand is following, right? Well, turns out I can. So all I have to do is in between this connection, I have to create some kind of a multiplier. And this node editor, you can add the nodes. If you just press tab here, you can start typing multiply. And depending on your version of Maya, you might or might not have multiply. Because that's some, believe it or not, it's like 2024 and they just added multiply.
Yeah, we 2023 doesn't have it.
So use the multiply divide then still. That was there since the very beginning. And that one is kind of a weird one because it has 2 inputs and an output. So you can just grab the translate and plug it into input 1. And then you can multiply. Here it shows you what you're multiplying by. So let's just multiply by half maybe, or 0.2. And then grab the output and plug it here. So what it's going to do now is just going to grab that translate, multiply it by 0.22, and then plug it there. And as a result, let me just show you, as a result, you're going to have this. So you're going to have exactly what you want, right? Hey, you were asking something.
Can you show with the multiply node as well, like for 2024 or not?
Yeah, so I've never used the multiply node. Let's see. Multiply. Looks like this, huh?
Yeah.
Input.
If you never use it, then
Okay, so I think
you
this
cannot-
one. No. So I feel like this one just. So this is a vector. It has x, y, z.
Mhm.
So you would have to probably just do something like this. Just grab the x and then y and then z, and now it's a vector. But it can also. Oh wow, it's not too smart.
Oh, let's
What?
just use the old one.
Why it's not? Seriously? Oh, it's just multiplying. Okay, I see. It's different then. Sorry. You would have to use 3 of them then.
Oh, never mind.
Or maybe it has an option. Input. No, it's just a single simple. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that great. I think the other one was better, actually. Check this out. So if I unplug those, I feel like it would have to be something like this, where you have 3 of them. And then you can duplicate. So you'd have to do, yeah, that's too much work, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Because
is.
you can do input. And then you just have to provide. Yeah, multiply divide handles the whole thing all at once. Unless there's another multiply. Multiply vector. No.
Something change, like the translation changes when I connect them.
Oh, that means that maybe you forgot to space either the hand or this.
Oh yeah, I did. No, I forgot.
You need to space them, and then it's not gonna happen. Yeah, so you can use multiply divide for this. For vectors, it's better, I think. Multiply divide. There you go. Because you can plug in the vector and then plug in the vector, and then you just Control A, and you can just be like, okay, multiply me by 0.25. And now this is doing this, right? So it's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you probably want to give them a control over this, because it's nice that it's automated, but maybe sometimes they don't want it, right? So then you will be like, add attribute on that foot control, and you can be like auto shoulder. And here again, we can do 0, 1, and then default 0.5. And same stuff, right? And you just add it. There it is. Now you will see that this didn't really refresh here, so you might need to open it again, and now it's there, auto shoulder. And you can try to plug this auto shoulder into here, but you can't because it's a vector, so you need to expand it and plug it 3 times. And now see how it's multiplying? Like that. So then you're gonna get this basically. And now this 0.5 is super aggressive, it's too much. And like if you set this to 1, it's kind of really bad because it's just not functioning. So the nice default is 0.25, which is half of the other one. So what I would probably do here if I were you, I'd just reduce it. Where's that node editor? There. I would like take that auto shoulder and multiply it actually. Multiply by half. I'll multiply it by half.
We don't have that multiply node.
Oh, if you don't have it, then you gotta use multiply divide again.
Okay.
So use multiply divide and just just wait, maybe there's a math node now, didn't they? Float math. Oh yeah, look, you can. Crazy. Okay, never mind. Do you have float? Do you have math? Float math? That's okay. Let's just do multiply. Just plug it in here. Multiply it by half. And then you can just plug it in there. There you go.
So now you're gonna have both.
Yeah, you have two. So now this one is making it half, and this one is multiplying your translation by that value. And then as a result, when you say 0.5, it's actually nice. When you say 1, it's too much, but it's still within some kind of a reasonable range. And when you say 0, it's just doing that. So that's fine. It's disabled. So 0.5 will be default, and it's quite nice, right?
Yeah, and can I see your node graph one more time? Please?
Yeah. The node graph is here.
Can you also show it with multiply? Like the second one that you would do with multiply for the.
With the float math?
No, with multiply for 2024.
Oh, actually, for that one, I think it's okay. I'll do 3 nodes then, if I were to do it.
Again, you
So-
okay? If it's 3 nodes, then
I don't
whatever
think
is
it's
easier.
worth it. Yeah, I don't think it's
whatever
worth.
is easier.
I don't think it's worth it at this case because what you would do, you'll be like, okay, it will translate, and then you would grab this outer shoulder there, and then you'll plug it to translate that. You have to do 3 nodes like that.
Yeah, no, whatever is
So-
easier.
So I don't know if it's that nice. Actually,
Yeah.
Probably an overkill. Yeah.
On the second multiply that you made, you just did 0.5?
Well, that one, yeah, I'm just trying to have this value because if I don't, then it's kind of stupid. Like if I leave it like not multiplied, like look what's happening. Like my 0.5 is too much, and then my 1 is ridiculous, not usable. You know what I mean? So I just decided to reduce this value.
Okay.
Well, there's another node you can use for that if you want. Instead of this, I don't know if it's. I used it before. It's called set range. So that one is kind of cool sometimes. So you just take a value and you would just plug it into here. Or you just plug it into all 3, whatever. Let's just plug into all 3. And then that value, old value 0 and old value max 1. So the value was from 0 to 1, but I want it to be from 0 to half. So it's kind of remaps the range of it. So if you had like a different kind of values, like you could remap like, I don't know, 0 to 1 to like 0 to 10, or so it's kind of like multiplication, but it can also be like you can remap to negative, or you can remap to completely different range. So it's another option, and then you can just plug it in there. I'll do the same thing. So it's a nice one to know, but it's probably an overkill too. Yeah, so it's like, so yeah, 0.5 is a nice default for this one. Okay.
That's great.
Sorry. Can
Yeah.
Can you show the second one how you did it with multiply divide, and where you connected it again? Sorry.
Yeah.
you're
So
connecting it to the upper one. Okay.
So if I do the multiply divide here, I'll basically just sorry,
That's
a
multiply. Yeah.
So I can just select this and duplicate it, and then just grab this outer shoulder here. Boom, boom, boom. Multiply by half, 0.5. And then just go and just plug it there. There. That's what I did.
Yeah, and is it
Okay,
normal for
second
the multiply and divide node to turn purple?
No, I've never seen it purple.
Okay.
What do you? That's weird. I've never seen it purple. How'd you do that?
What did
I
you
don't know.
call?
I don't know
What
why I
did you-
turned purple, but I think I have like these yellow constraints on in some of the values.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. No.
Wait, so right now, what happens with those two inputs that we're giving it? What is it doing exactly? Like the second multiply divide node.
So this one takes the translation.
Yeah.
And it takes the XYZ input 1, multiplies by XYZ input 2.
Mhm.
Just multiplies it. So
Okay.
so like, you know, if you take this translation here, let's say like it's a translation of 5Z, right?
Mhm.
It's gonna take that auto shoulder. Let's just set like when you're building a rigs in production. So it's gonna take this auto shoulder and multiply it, and like it's gonna be half. So then it's gonna multiply your translation by half. And so basically you're gonna get half the translation of the, so this value of 5 becomes 2.5 here.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
basically how it works. Yeah.
But then why did we have both of them? Did we have both of them on 0.5? Like the first multiply divide and the second one?
No. So the first one is just multiplying the translation of the food by this auto shoulder. But I find that this is a little bit out of the you know, this auto shoulder is too aggressive. So I just want to half it. So that's why the second multiply divide.
Okay. Okay. So on
That's
the
the
second
only
one, right?
reason. So like maybe it's too confusing. Like you can just remove this, and then
Yeah.
basically you're gonna have
No,
that.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused over here.
Yeah, but like, so if you want to keep it simple, you can just do just this. And then basically what it's gonna do is gonna take your translation and multiply it by auto shoulder. So then, you know, your auto shoulder is halving the translation of the food for this. That's all it's doing. It's just the only thing is like when you set it to 1, it's stupid.
I can't even figure out how to open Note Editor.
No, oh my god. Windows Node Editor. There.
You can search for it as well and help.
Oh, I finally found it after 10 minutes of struggling.
You should have asked earlier what's going on, man. Yeah.
Well, because before, like, the locator was screwing over my rig again, and I had to like spend the last 20 minutes fixing the locator, but I fixed
Oh, no.
everything, and I just got onto the node. I've been fighting this rig for a whole class, but I just kept up somehow.
Well, you got here though. It's pretty much over at this stage.
So
Are
there,
we done actually?
So after I
there-
open Note Editor, what do I do?
No, it's all good here. Like, oh yeah, so you load the control. So I just do it again, okay? So you just don't get. So you load the node editor, right? And then let's just clean it. And then you want to load this control and that control. So you press plus, but you also probably going to look like this. Like this is kind of expanding it, right? So you see more parameters. Show no shapes, display no shapes, because shapes are gonna, shapes are confusing. Like you don't need to see them. And then you put your foot control and your shoulder, and you basically just, you just create a multiply divide. So press tab and start typing multiply divide like this. You can expand it. And you just grab this translation of this foot, multiply it by this auto shoulder that we added. And you just, 1, 2, 3. And you just plug it into translate of this auto shoulder. And there you go. So that will basically create this automatic behavior, okay?
All right. I'll try to get it to work.
Yeah. All right, and then what else? We probably need this guy here. So let's make it. So we can click here and just make this. Boom. Like before, same stuff. Just zero it out, color it, and name it left shoulder control. And then you can just space it as well. And you grab the shoulder and then grab the joint and go constraint point. And then there we have something like this, right? So then you just have to press F8 and just pull it out of the geo. Like that. And press F8
Did
again.
you do it with the joints?
Yeah, just with the joint, like
Okay,
this. So this is kind of not that great for this one, because like it's doing something weird, right? Like this one was working better. Like it's still a little bit poppy, but like we can fix it later. But yeah, you see it's moving the whole leg, whereas this one is just moving this upper part only. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually grab this auto shoulder system here and put it inside there, like that. And now that will move the whole thing. And we can even rotate it for this one. Like it's not that amazing, but it's something. Okay? That's what we're gonna
So
do.
you put the hand control group thing there.
Yeah, like that.
Inside. Yeah, okay.
Like this. Yeah. It's just better this way.
Okay.
From experience. Yeah. So that kind of does it.
You move them under the. Okay.
Yeah. Well, this is basically it for today. But for the next class, guys, I would like you to build both sides, not just one side. So we did just one side, but you need to build the legs on the other side as well.
So
With-
have that ready for next class.
Yeah, but the next class is in 2 weeks because next week I'm going to Texas, unfortunately, for some work thing.
Okay.
So it's going to get rescheduled for the later in the term. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So do you think you'll be able to sort this out?
I think
Probably
so, yes.
not.
I mean, we should, with the videos and stuff, we should be able to sort this all out.
Yeah.
we'll be
Well, let me
back.
know if you have any questions.
Okay,
We still
thank
have
you.
some time. Another thing I can show you if you really want is how to make a script that will make a space for you.
What?
It's going to be quite
Oh.
easy.
Oh, okay.
Or unless you have other questions.
No, I don't have a question.
You're good? Okay, so let's make a little script here. So let's say we have a control or a bunch of controls. Let's say circle X. Right, and we want to make spaces for those, like with this button does. So let's do it. So we're just going to write some Python here. So you can just do it like this. First thing you do when you write Python is you do in Python tab, and then you just do from Maya import CMDS. That will import the Maya commands you need. And then you're doing something like you want to get a selection. So selection equals CMDS ls, that's like list things. And then you say selection equals true. So that will get you the selected objects and store it in this variable, which is like a little container that will store things for you. And it's multiple objects, so it's like a list. So if you print it right now, print selection, it's not going to look too good. It's just going to look like this. You select it and run it. It looks like this: NURB circle 1, NURB circle 2, NURB circle 3. But it kind of shows you in a list, which is like in like brackets. But what you can do instead, you can loop through selection. So you can do like for my object in selection, and you do colon. It's just what the syntax is, and you print. Here you do a tab. For every object in selection, print my object. But then when you run that, it's just going to run like this, and it's going to, on every line, it's going to print you an object, right? So then you can make some actions on multiple objects. So how did we make those spaces? So like basically what we need to do is make an empty group, match that empty group to our object, name it with the suffix group, and parent our object to it. That's basically the procedure. So you can even like write yourself some comments to kind of help yourself. So first, create empty group. Second, what do we want to do? We want to do snap our empty group to our object. And then we want to rename our empty group with suffix grp. And then last thing we want to do is parent our object to the empty group. Okay. So to create an empty group, the command is cmds create node transform. So that's going to make an empty group for you. If you just run only this command, you will see Maya basically just makes an empty group in the outliner, right? Transform 1. Right? So that's cool. We also need to store this. Let's say my offset. Okay. Then we want to snap this offset to our control. So cmds match transform, and we're gonna snap my offset to my object. Then we're gonna rename cmds rename my offset. We're gonna rename it to my object, but add a suffix grp. And lastly, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cmds parent my object to my offset. We don't need to print anything. In the end, we're going to print out cmds warning spaced. Boom. There you go. So that's our script now. And if you want, in the beginning, you can kind of describe select controls and run script to space. Something like this. And then basically now, if you select your controls, if you just run this script, there's an error. Okay, so no object matches name transform 1. So something went wrong. Let's see. Match transform, my offset, my object. Rename my offset, my object plus group. Parent my object to my offset. Huh, wait, it should work. Let's try again. Line 14, no object matches name transform 1. So there's a problem here on the line 14. Oh, okay, I see. Because I renamed it and now the name changed, so it doesn't recognize it anymore. So I have to do something like this. My offset equals. That's going to remember the name after the renaming because it changed, okay? So now when I run it, there you go. And it made the spaces for your things. So you can then just make it into a button here and just name it space or offset. And you have your own offset tool.
Can you send the script in Discord as well?
Yes.
Thank you.
So basically, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this is basically the script. And before, I don't know why in this version of Maya it doesn't work, but like before, like whatever was highlighted blue here, you just do command documentation and then it just shows you the command, but this one doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't. Super annoying. In your older versions, it would do it. I mean, there's quick help, I guess, but it's, yeah, no. So it's a little bit lame because yeah, it's lame because that's how we were learning. They changed something. There was a Python. They changed the structure of their help. Python. Oh yeah, no, there it is. Sorry, scripting reference. So now you would have to do scripting reference, Python command reference, and you have to. Oh, maybe you have to be logged in, I guess. Super weird. Let's try select. No, they changed things. I'm gonna look into it. But in previous versions, that was like super helpful. Either way, it's good to know how to script, and like you can kind of take it from here. You know, this is a simple script. There's some useful commands here. Let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you.
I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, guys. So I think we're just gonna end here, and you guys can try to build the other side. If you have any issues with it, just let me know.
Okay, thanks, Al.
Other than that, I think we're good to go. So you guys have a great week. Okay?
Sounds good.
Ooh, thank you.
All right.
you.
Have a good night.
Cheers. Cheers. Bye.
Night.